Well, hello folks from Maggie Valley, North Carolina. We are going to go into the place you see behind you. This is Catrina's Mexican restaurant, and we've not ever been here before. Was this an Italian place before? It's called Rendezvous.
Something like that. I don't remember if it was Italian or what.
Yeah. But anyway, we just decided to do Mexican. There is another Mexican place we've been to in Maggie Valley several times. It's really good, but we've never tried this one, so we want to do that tonight. It is actually located right down here in the Clarion Motel. So it's actually, if you're staying here, it's very convenient. You just walk right down to it. But anyway, we're not, so we drove down to it. And we're going to go inside because it's freezing out here.
Very cold.
So anyway, go with us inside of Catrina's Mexican restaurant. Okay, so here is the front before you walk in the door. So getting ready to go in. Okay, so they brought out the chips and salsa. That's a different colored sauce.
So it looks like bean dip.
You think it's bean dip? I think you're probably right. I wonder if they could bring out something else. That's exactly what it is. I don't dislike it, but it's not my preference. So, do you like bean dip better, or do you want salsa?
I prefer sauce. I mean, I'll eat some of it.
Yeah, we'll eat it, but let's ask her. Now let's go over the menu. If you see her, ask her for some salsa. Try to get rid of that glare a little bit. And I am going to be ordering off the vegetarian menu. Yeah, right. I am, though. I'm going to get the chili rellenos just for something different. You get one refill of horchata. So that's the menu there. So do you have any idea what you're going to get yet?
I think I'm going to get a chicken fajita.
Okay. Chicken fajita.
Yep.
I love the smell of fajitas. They put too much stuff in them I can't eat.
Yeah, they got all the peppers and tomatoes, zucchini.
So I'll just smell
guacamole.
Yours. The first thing I'm noticing that we both noticed, it's cold. In fact, if you don't believe me, the waitress over there taking the order is wearing a toboggan and a coat.
Yeah.
Our waitress is wearing a coat. Was she wearing a toboggan too? I don't remember. So anyway, if that gives you any idea, it's not as cold as it is outside.
No, but it's pretty chilly in here.
They're not going to have a very bad power bill this month, I'll tell you that. So anyway, panning around the restaurant here. Very nice wide open space. Thank you.
Are you guys ready to order? You got any minute?
I'm ready.
I think so. Okay, so ask her for some regular salsa. So she brought that out, and that's like right out of the refrigerator, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Cold. Very
right
cold.
out of a jar.
I mean, it tastes fine, but I don't know. It kind of seems like since most Mexican restaurants give you red salsa by default, if they do it differently, maybe they would ask you, would you like bean dip or do you want regular salsa? But anyway, we do have regular salsa. It tastes good. So what'd you end up ordering?
Chicken fajita.
Okay.
It's gonna come out sizzling warm.
And I deviated a little. My normal for any Mexican restaurant is the fajita nachos with steak, hold the onions and peppers, and add tomato. I always get that. So tonight I just kind of did an a la carte thing. I ordered one steak quesadilla and one stuffed chili relleno. I like those pretty good. Don't normally get peppers and stuff, but I do like the stuffed chili rellenos, the poblanos. So, but If you don't believe me about being cold, look how even the people eating here are dressed. It's chilly in here. The
I know,
waitress,
I'm thinking about going to get my coat.
the waitresses are in jackets. I'll tell you. So I guess maybe I shouldn't say that's out of the refrigerator. It might just say it's room temperature.
Well, the bean dip was warm.
Yeah, the bean dip was warm. Are you all right now?
Yeah.
Somebody went to the van to get their jacket.
Yes.
It's 60 degrees in here at best.
I was trying to look over there. The thermostat, I'm going to say that says 57.
That's why I said at best. So our waitress, bless her heart, she's trying. We asked her for the red salsa because that's what we wanted instead of bean dip. So she brings that, then she brings out another bowl of bean dip.
And no chips.
No chips. So, she's nice. She's sweet.
Yes.
I am going to ask for some more chips though to go with all this dip that we've got. But this has kind of been an eventful experience so far. So the food is out, or part of it anyway. That is my quesadilla.
Which looks very full of meat.
It does. And that's, what'd you get?
That's my sides for my fajita.
I got another question. Did you have hot water in the women's bathroom?
No, it's
No.
very cold.
One thing about it, you ain't gonna fall asleep in here. So anyway, you want to take a bite of something?
How about let you take a bite of that since I don't have my food yet.
Oh,
That's my sides.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So she just brought my fajita, which was not sizzling when it came out.
That's how quiet it is. That is one thing about it. I like to hear them and I like to smell them.
Yeah. Smells good at least.
Yeah, so let me
So
cut this. So let's see about the quesadilla.
it does look like it's got a lot of meat in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good,
Sure.
good. All right, and there's your.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you got anything else?
Top off on the tea, please.
More spicy? All right.
Cut by the way.
So here's the stuffed poblano. I love the red sauce that comes in, and the cheese on top.
It's supposed to be stuffed with cheese.
The way I really like these is stuffed with chicken.
Oh yeah.
And there's only a few places you can actually get that. The sauce is actually that's good. The sauce is good and flavorful. I like that.
Okay, good.
Okay, now you're gonna try yours.
I'll take a bite of it.
I do think that's the first fajita I've heard, or that I didn't hear, I should say.
Yeah, it's just like they just piled
I
everything.
mean, I see smoke coming off. It is hot.
Oh yeah,
It won't be for long, but it is now.
it's good.
Good?
Flavorful.
Okay. You want to try anything else, or you just want to eat?
I'll just eat because that's just gonna be plain.
Okay. And in case you think we're not telling the truth. Okay, so here's our bill. And it looks like everything's totaled up correctly. Our total is, what is that, $34 and how many cents? 18?
18, I think so it says.
Okay. All right, we're going to do our closeout from the vehicle because I'm not going to stand out there and do it.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Yeah. So anyway, just finished up here at Catrina's Mexican restaurant. It's located in the Clarion Motel off of Highway 19 at the junction of, I think that's 276. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So anyway, it's around the side of the building, so it's easy to find. Wasn't that easy to get into. I think I turned down the wrong street first too soon. Then when I come up here to the light, I had to go down and kind of turn around
turn.
exactly where maybe I probably wasn't supposed to. But anyway, we'll forget about that and move on to something else. So we want to give you our thoughts here today. Now, if you're one of the 4 or 5 people who likes to let us know that you don't want to hear an honest review, the outline's not only the good, but also what wasn't so good, you might want to go ahead and quit watching now because we're going to give you an honest review. So if you are the type who likes an honest review, as most of you do, that's what we're going to give you. But once in a while, we'll get somebody that don't like us saying anything was less than perfect. So I'm just giving you a little bit of a disclaimer, fair warning ahead of time. So anyway, first time here. So we usually, when we come to Maggie Valley, we have our favorites that we go to numerous times, but we've done numerous reviews on all of them. That's Haywood Smokehouse, J. Arthur's, and Cafe Italiano. So when we decided kind of, Tuesday, that we were going to come up here this weekend, when we were watching the forecast, and when it showed snow in the forecast, that kind of solidified it for us. This was not a planned trip until just a couple of days ago. So we decided when we came up here, we would do some different things as far as dining. So that's what we're doing. So this was a first for us. So why don't you start off and tell us about your experience?
So, yeah, like he said, this was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. And so when we were back at the room, it's like, I'm getting hungry. Where are we going to eat? And we're like, I don't know. So I just Google, restaurants in Maggie Valley. So this came up. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's, I shouldn't say, I don't know how new it is here. But I was like, let's try that.
It was the Rendezvous.
Yeah, but I don't know how long ago.
I want to say it's Italian.
Yeah, I don't remember, a pizza place or whatever. I don't remember. But anyway, it looked like the food was good from the pictures I saw online. So, when you go in, the ladies are very nice, very helpful. It was cold, and I did hear someone come from the Clarion side said, it feels awfully cold in here. And she says, yeah, she said it's, much colder. And she pointed at the dining area where we were sitting at. She goes, it's really cold over there. And she said, well, we get our heat fixed, I guess, in the motel side. She says, and y'all's goes out. So, but anyway, the food. The chips, they were good. When she brought them out, they were hot. The bean dip was good. I prefer to have salsa. I wasn't wild about that salsa because you can tell it was just out of the refrigerator from a jar. But, it was still good. My fajita did not come out sizzling, so that was a little disappointing. But it was hot. It was still hot. All my food was hot, so I have no complaints about any of it. Taste-wise, everything tasted delicious, so no complaints there. Had a lot of different vegetables, like zucchini and stuff in it. Most of the time just peppers and onions. But
I was going to ask you if that's typical for a fajita, because I don't ever order them. I just kind of sniff them as they go by, or listen to them.
But I'm trying to eat a little bit smarter, and when I saw the zucchini and all the different vegetables, and then the chicken.
I can handle the zucchini.
Yeah, and I try to look before what you can eat at certain restaurants. So, and that was one of the things, fajitas. So, and the beans were good. Yeah, I had a good meal. I want to come back when I know the heat was working, honestly. But anyway.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, we got here.
When you turn your head to the side you're going out of it, I'm going to turn it just a hair while you go.
We got here, went in, and I noticed the temperature first thing right off. I didn't notice how everybody in there was dressed right off. So we're seated, and I asked her, I'm usually she's more cold natured than I am. I can take cold. And I looked at her and said, it's a little chilly in here. She goes, yes, I'm freezing. So she spotted the thermostat on the wall, and I went over and showed it to her. I think it said it was 56 degrees.
That's what it was by then.
You're in a cold place when the waitresses are walking around with toboggans and coats on, and the table of people sitting over there, they got coats on. So you went back out and got your coat on. I didn't. I toughed it out in just a sweatshirt. But like you said, I don't think that's the way it is all the time. I think, and actually I asked her that. I said, ma'am, is it always this cold in here? I said, or is there something wrong with the heat? She goes, we got something wrong with the heat. She said, yesterday it was hot in here. So, mine should have come yesterday. So,
who knew?
Yeah, who knew? So, I don't want that to be a knock against them, but it was cold in there.
It was just a bad day to be cold. No,
and I'm drinking iced tea, so I get up at one point to go to the bathroom. The bathrooms are not located in the restaurant. The restaurant's attached to the motel lobby. So you got to go into the motel lobby and walk down the hallway a little bit.
It's not far. It's just right outside the door. It's close.
So you walk into the motel lobby and it feels like you've just entered Florida. It was very warm in there. So you get in there, but your hands are cold just from sitting in the restaurant. So get in there, and they don't have hot water in the bathroom. It's just cold water. It's like one of those sinks. You just put your hand under it, and the water just comes out cold. You don't have a hot water faucet. Yeah. So anyway, my already cold hands got washed with cold water. Went back in there and drinking iced tea. So it was cold. It was cold in there. I was okay, but I'm not really used to the temp. But again, I don't hold that against them because they said there was something wrong with their heat. So. When she brought out the salsa, this is what was a little different. I wish they would, and I don't mean this as a criticism, I wish they would ask you, if you do it differently than 99% of the other Mexican restaurants do. I think maybe people would like to know that up front, because I've only been to maybe one other place that brings you bean dip by default.
And normally they have a salsa bar whenever they do that. You go pick your salsa. So I kind of looked around to see if they had salsa that you can go choose your own, but I didn't see it anywhere.
You talking about if a place brings out bean dip? Yeah, that's true. The place I'm thinking about is in Morganton there, and they do bring out the bean dip. But they're like she said, they got like 8 or 10 different other kinds of salsa. You can get red, green, brown,
all the different.
Yeah, but they didn't. Just by default, they bring out the bean dip. So I said, well, I'm going to ask her for some regular salsa.
Sorry.
That's when we still had chips. And by that time, we've eaten most of the chips, well over half of them. So I finally spotted her. I said, ma'am, could we have some red salsa? She goes, sure. So she went and got it. And I guess maybe we're a little different. I liked the taste of it. I actually think if it had been room temperature or warm, it would have been great. The chips were good. I liked the flavor of the salsa, but it was literally right out of the refrigerator. So that's what I started eating. I poured it. We had already emptied most of the bean dip. There was still a little bit left. I just poured the red salsa on top of it. So then our poor waitress, sweet as she was, she comes out with another bowl of bean dip, which was really the thing we didn't want. But
and we had no more chips.
Had no more chips, and we never got any more chips. Just brought out another bowl of bean dip and said, "Because here's that." I'm like, "Thank you." I did not want any more bean dip. But again, she was trying, you know, and I thanked her, and that was it. But yeah, we never did get any more chips, so the bean dip was still sitting there. I didn't have anything to eat it with, so we get our food. So I guess for the negatives, I want to get those out of the way. That was pretty much it. The ice box temperature, the salsa being a little different, and I think that was really the only negatives.
Yeah.
Okay, and the cold water in the bathroom. So the food itself, I thought was good, really good. My chili relleno, the stuffed poblano, was really good. That sauce was flavorful. One thing I liked about this sauce, it did not have onions in it, and I didn't ask, but it didn't. And some places you go, they have onions in the sauce, and I did not think to ask her that, but thankfully it did not. So that was pretty much perfect. The steak quesadilla was my other item. I will say the steak inside of it, they were very generous with it, a lot of meat inside of it, and it was actually very good. Now, one thing I noticed, because I usually get steak nachos or something like that everywhere I go at Mexican restaurants. Some places the steak is not that good. It's not seasoned. It's not flavorful. This was not the case here. Whatever they seasoned that steak with, it had an excellent flavor to it. So, would I come back? Yeah, in warmer weather, or when I know their heat's fixed. That was probably the only unpleasant part of it.
Yeah.
But I certainly don't want to say anything against it and hurt their business, because, you know, all we're here is giving you our honest experience. And also, as we were leaving, the lady, she saw our shirts and says, "Oh, NC Mirror." She said, I'll follow. So she was very sweet. Everybody in there, let me just say it this way, everybody in there treated us nice.
Yes.
Everybody was friendly. It was just cold in there, and that kind of, and then not really getting the salsa with enough chips to enjoy it with. I do think, as a suggestion, maybe if you're going to serve bean dip as the default, let people know that, say, or would you prefer, you know, because yeah, when I saw that, it's like, I'm not a big bean dip. I mean, I can eat it, but I'm not wild about it. The food was great.
What'd you think of my chicken? He helped me finish out my food.
I thought your chicken was good. It was probably comparable to many of the other Mexican restaurants.
I thought it was seasoned very nicely, and it was tender.
I thought the steak, the flavor of the steak they used was probably up there among the top 2 or 3 I've had. So I'm not against them. I'm not trying to find the negative. I'm just telling you what happened. But I would come here again. There's another one in Maggie Valley we've eaten at many times, have not ever done a video on. I think they're both good. I like both of them, but the steak was really good in that. So yeah, I would come here again, but I'd try and notice the temperature as I walked in. So, but
I'm sure they'll get it fixed quickly, as cold as it is.
I think with the right salsa and with at least another 10 degrees added on to the room temperature, I think it would have been great.
Yeah.
So that's our review of Catrina's Mexican restaurant in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. If you like this video, like and subscribe.
And find and follow us on Facebook.
And have a blessed day.